Oh no, I forgot to change the title. Uh-oh. I need to get to the menu. Welcome to the
I have like
stream.
one. Oh yeah.
No, it's coming through too. I don't want to hear my own voice echoed back to me. What were you gonna say, Jacob? I'm sorry.
Oh, are you streaming?
Yes.
Okay, I can bring it on the stream. Do you see that Game Explain? Their channel got taken down.
No, what happened?
So they were hacked. Andre, he had like a sponsorship email that was fake. They did the sneaky thing where it's like, oh, the PDF file wasn't a virus, so you scanned that, but there's a term file in there that was a virus.
Oh.
So yeah, he's got his whole channel hacked. And of course it was put up with AI crypto stuff. What always seems to be the case.
Of course.
Then the channel got taken down. Then they got it back, and then like a day later, it got taken down again for 2 days. Even though they got figured out on YouTube, I guess something else triggered and got taken out.
Wow. Huh. That's
But,
wow. That sucks for them, I guess.
yeah.
Hmm.
But everything got deleted. I think everything's back now, or like everything's in the process of coming back.
Oh, okay. So it'll work itself out.
But there was a very weird video when I looked up, because I'm not subscribed to him anymore, but I still, like, it comes up in my feed. I like when you search in the search bar, and it's like, oh, GameSplay have a new video, and sometimes they have news right when it happens, so yeah, I go there every once in a while.
Yeah.
So that's how I saw, like, oh, they're hacked, and now they're gone. And then I saw they were gone again, so I was checking in on that, and they're like, the first video there was like, oh, news on Game Explain, and it's just some guy talking about it. And it was a channel called Take Two Games.
Oh.
But it was spelled out like TWO. And this guy was like, yeah, I really, like, I know him really well, and I'm just really scared for him, what happens, or what happened to him, and just going on. I'm like, okay. And all of a sudden, the video just went off the rail. He's like, and then the Muslims owned all of YouTube and all the world, and it just started going off the rail. Like, whoa, what the heck? He just started going off this whole thing, and I don't know if it was serious or not. I really don't know.
Those are always scary when people get kind of almost alt-right-y, and then you're like, wait, hang on.
Yeah.
hold up, dial it back. This sounds like it could be sarcasm.
Well, it went so far, so quick, that I don't know if it was someone who was mentally unwell or if they were purposely trying to do a bit. So I posted, I went, is this a bit? This feels like a bit. And then I got an email with saying, oh, your comment has been pinned to the top. And then I got a comment from him where it was just a winky face. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. And then his channel, his video got deleted, or he deleted his video.
Oh.
So that video's gone. So I'm like, I still don't know.
It probably was a bit, right? I mean,
I guess. And I barely even went into it. The rant went way further. Like, what the heck? Like, what is this?
By the way, it looks like there is a challenge mode live, but we want to play the new map.
Yeah, let's get the new map. I think is it a dually one?
Yeah, it's all dualies. So it's not even something I would be too invested in playing anyway.
In other news, there's a new grift going around that actually might be a danger for you.
Oh.
Because you play Nintendo music on your streams.
Ah, yes.
So Nintendo music has been being claimed. This is from Vinny. He had a bunch of his videos claimed. And this has happened before, but it's happening
like large
just
scale.
all of a sudden. So what's happening is people are uploading Nintendo music and then doing like mumble raps over them,
Oh, oh no.
and then copyright claiming them. And so that's happened a few times in the past, but the problem now is they're having AI do the mumble rap, and so they're uploading them at massive scale.
Great.
Yeah,
I've
that's
heard.
right.
I've heard a lot of people having issues with channels that obviously don't own Nintendo Music claiming Nintendo Music. Pretty common.
Yep. Yep. I mean, there was a guy who claimed he owned all Final Fantasy VII music for years and years. Something Savant was his name. There was a kind of a meme on Vinny's channel because he got a bunch of videos taken down because of that.
Oh man.
Like, just like where you're so diligent at times about your copyright,
And then of course you don't.
and yet this is just blinded for like over 5 years. You're letting just some rando just claim all your music.
It's wild. It's wild. You won't even let your music get put into Smash Bros.
Yeah. Then some just guys like, yeah, I own this. Fine. I'll collect all the
I
little
made this.
YouTube revenue on this. It's like, yeah, that is a pickle.
Oh no, sniper.
So have you played on the stage yet?
I did. I played on it, I think 2 matches. On that day that I tried out the Salmon Run stage.
Yeah.
What do you think of it? How do you feel?
I need to play on more. I think I like it. It reminds me of Anchovy Games because of the raising platforms in kind of the middle area.
Yeah, I could see that.
I like the little upper grates area. So far, I've had the most fun using the Ninja Squid. It's the first level where I feel like that's really beneficial.
Oh yeah, Squid Ninja.
Yeah. My favorite Pokemon.
The best Pokemon. Yeah, I feel like that could be really good on this map, for sure. Oh, I think he died. Oh.
Yeah, because you can get like right up here, and you can go right into their base.
That is pretty sweet.
Like, it's useful in other stages, but this is the one where like, oh yeah, this is actually a really good special to have. Not usually a thing I'd ever think of.
Yeah, with the Squid Ninja, it's usually like, it's kind of alright.
Sometimes it's kind of useful.
It feels like there are some people who are insane with it, but it feels like most people, it's not an easy special to use, that's for sure. Probably one of the harder ones.
Yeah, you gotta really plan for it. Sometimes it depends on what the other team's doing or expecting, or what layout they have, or weapons they have.
F. Magellan.
50,000 Ds.
No! Toolies, man. They're haunting me here. I thought they'd all be in the challenge mode.
That's what they want you to think.
I thought I was safe. But turns out you're never safe from the dualies.
Grabbed by the dudes. I don't know how Rare got away with naming the game Grabbed by the Ghoulies.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, that's one of the first games they made when they were bought by Microsoft. They made a game called Grabbed by the Ghoulies.
Yeah, that seems like a very good name to start off your run with.
And yes, they've talked about they knew what they were doing.
That's crazy. Okay, I did really well this round, I think.
Nice.
The 52 gal has been treating me well.
Yeah, I think it's a good stage. I need to play more ranked. See how the ranks work on it.
Yeah. Heck yeah, fist bump. Oh,
I'm not like
baby.
instantly in love like I was with the ramen shop one.
Same. That one, it's so good. I don't know how they did it. Look at them kills. Holy.
Oof. I was just one behind you.
Yeah. I'm just trying to forget that I'm dyslexic. Oh. Yeah, no, Trackmania though, a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend it. It's playable on keyboard, like perfectly playable, but controller, I've really enjoyed controller on it. So if you want to try it out.
Yeah, I'm not one for keyboard controls.
Yeah.
Unless it's a game that's like specifically made for it.
Mm-hmm. I feel like any sort of FPS, if I was playing online against people that were using keyboard, I would probably have to adapt. But I'm not used to it, that's for sure.
I'd be like, is gyro available? And they would laugh. I don't know who they are specifically. It's the PC master race. They're laughing.
You know, I put that gyroscope in my keyboard. Maybe they'll accept it now. Maybe they'll integrate some gyro. That would be the best, like, most useless upgrade for a keyboard.
Like
Gyro
does
give
the
you
PC
gyro
version? I'll just go on the forums on Steam. I'll just be like, does this game support gyro? And they'd be like, what, are you Greek? And I'll be like, what? I don't get it.
Oh, we lost a team member. Oh no. Oh no. Where was our other team member? I thought he was back there. Oh well.
It's Joker.
It's not Joker until it's Joker. In that round it was Joker. I only got one kill and one death. That's not a great score line. It's fine, it ended quickly. Mercifully ended. I just got sniped a couple of times out the gate. By the way, nice outfit. The headband looks great.
Yeah, I 100%ed everything.
Nice.
Got all the gear, got
I
all
think I did.
the little info dumps.
Yeah. See, I haven't gotten all the info dumps on the chips. That's my only thing left.
Yeah.
I need to go back and
That thing, you gotta be kind of strategic.
mm-hmm. I hate being strategic going into that mode. I like to just be like, oh, that one looks fun. Or, oh, I've had a good experience with this one. But I can't do that with chips I've never used. Those are the ones that I'm going to need the most.
But yeah, going after the chips, just found a lot of just different build types that just changed it a lot. It's like, man, a lot of really cool things about it. Just wish there was more variety.
All right, it's so
just-
close to being fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, the Nintendo Life review is just, what is it? It's just like, oh, what's the line? It's basically what you just said. It's basically just like
Borderline amazing.
it's short of being short of perfection, something like that.
Yeah.
Or not, it's not quite that. Short of greatness is probably more like it. So something along those lines. And it basically just comes down to what we've already talked about to death.
Yep.
And again, and it's to the point where I feel like they gotta know that they didn't do enough and probably don't feel good about it. Which is why I wouldn't be surprised if maybe it got scaled back.
Yeah.
Resources were. It kind of, and I don't know if that's the case. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised.
It does feel a little bit like that. It seemed like the concept seems extremely grand for how small scope it ends up being, you know?
Yeah.
It's yeah, we've said it over and over again. It's just so close to being fantastic.
Like, if they didn't nail it as far as like the chips and all that stuff goes, it would actually be pretty mediocre.
That's true. That's very true. It's almost weirdly more upsetting that they got close.
So close.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it kind of, what I was thinking of is back when Xenoblade 2 came out, I remember really noticing that there was a lot of NPCs that were just copy and pasted to areas, and some of them were just animations that were copy and pasted. It was very noticeable.
Yeah.
And I noticed it very early on. Like, yeah, that's really sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember like a year or two later, there was an interview with the devs, and they were very honest about, yeah, that was their main regret, that their team for working at NPCs were basically cut down to just a few people because they were working on Breath of the Wild at the time.
Oh.
And so they had like a team of 18 that got cut down to like 5 or something. I'm just kind of
Ballparking it. Yeah.
Yeah, ballparking it, but basically it got cut down. Their team that was in charge of that, and that was like one of their biggest regrets because they felt like that was not up to snuff at all. I'm like, oh yeah, I completely noticed that, and it's kind of nice that they're fully honest about that.
Yeah. What? Ah!
So that's where I'm just like, yeah, it's to the point where I feel like they got to feel like they didn't quite do enough in the stage variety.
I mean, if it's the same, you know, pretty much the same crew that did the Octo expansion.
Which had a ton of levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The variety in that one was the big draw, you know? I wasn't sure how to feel at first with them bringing back the 8-ball. I was like, oh, I remember this being a bit of a pain. But then they were like, it can't fall off the edge. And I'm like, oh, it's easy now. We're good.
Lyric Pro's like, oh no! And you're like, oh, it can't fall off the edge.
Yeah.
For the most part, the 8-balls are one of the easier ones. Except for that one level I mentioned that can sometimes be a pain, depending on what weapon set you have. It didn't help that the first time I did it, I had like a bonus challenge of couldn't use my main weapon.
Oh. No.
And it
whenever
was the worst
whenever the
paintball
like
one to have that on.
I rarely do a sub build. I almost always do a main weapon build where it's at least a chunk of it, and then maybe like drone focus or bonus focus or something, you know. But the main weapons are always very important. So whenever I run into those, I'm just like, well, forget it. I'm not getting that bonus.
I only had one run where I felt like my subs were basically my build.
Oh yeah. It seems like it could be really fun. I've tried to set it up before, but it just didn't. It's never panned.
Yeah, and I think they could tweak it, and like if they, carried the idea forward, there's a lot of potential in it.
Oh yeah.
Again, especially with multiplayer. I mean,
That would be so
again,
sick.
I brought it up before. They could just basically just do what Risk Rain does and just fix that.
Yeah,
I feel like it would work really well.
I agree. I honestly, even if this version of it had multiplayer, I feel like that would just add a lot.
It would. I could see how they could work it in. If they built like some multiplayer focused levels and had the difficulty scaled for that, naturally it would work.
Yeah. It would be really good. It would be really good. I'm just hoping that they don't see the reaction to this and be like, you know, take just the negative from it and be like, okay, yeah, we're good. We've tried it. Let's just.
I hope. Yeah, I hope.
I think they'll see. I think they'll see it and understand the.
I think the
reviews.
team on Splatoon, they're younger, they're more with it. I think they would understand what people are liking from it. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully they know.
Can only hope. What? Went around the corner, there was a suction bomb on the wall. I'm dead. The sniper came up on the pavilion. I'm like, well, good game, boys. Good game.
Yeah, I probably should switch my weapon. I'm not doing so hot.
Yeah, that one. I feel like it's my weapon doesn't fit this level as well as it fits the other one. I feel like there are more little places to hide and. Yeah, the shorter range is harder on that one. All silvers, huh? Oops. All silvers. I'll stick with this weapon for the moment, though.
There's some memes I look back on, I'm like, yeah, that one goes in the classics for me.
Yeah.
Oop call, whatever. I mean, that's one that still crops up around again.
Yeah, I like that one. It's all the ones that weren't beaten to death.
Too saturated.
Yes.
Saturated.
Oh no, that is an oversaturated meme. The ooh, it snuck in there.
The final boss of side order talk like that.
Yeah. I thought I was. I when it first came up, I was like, oh no. But it ended up not being too.
Yeah, it
overbearing.
wasn't.
The text, there wasn't a obscene amount of dialogue.
They could have leaned into a lot more.
Yeah, they could have. Such a cute little character model. Japanese. He's on our team. What does the world come to? Start playing a game with somebody that's name is Japanese and you just know already that they aren't.
I was just thinking, Where's my mind at when I hear that name? The first thing I think of is that scene for Tokyo.
The first thing I usually think of in hearing the phrase Japanese is Joseph Joestar saying "curse the Japanese."
I'll never forget the Japanese. I see that sometimes. Is that the subtitles?
It's such a good line. Man, he keeps just barely nicking me.
Oh,
No. It's the end zap. This is a sign that I need to change back. Oh, nice. It didn't register.
So have you heard about the game that's been taking up all the attention right now? It's called Toro.
Balatro, yes.
Balatro, yes.
I've actually
I was
been...
going to look it up to make sure I was going to pronounce it right.
I've been watching, so the demo's been out for a long time.
Yeah.
And Northern Lion's been playing it. Like, he played it really consistently when it first came out. So I watched it a lot then. And then the full version came out, and of course it got banned in certain places.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it got taken down in a couple different places in Europe for basically encouraging gambling. And it's really funny because most of the people that have talked about it that are also into gambling are like, this is a nice break from gambling. It actually kind of gets me away from it. It gives me the same dopamine response without actually wasting my money.
Yeah, because it actively doesn't allow you to put real cash in, which is actually, I think, good.
Yeah. So it's...
I was going to say, the only cool, like, real case it would have is it's too addictive.
Yeah, true.
Which, you know, I think they should have banned because of that, but...
I mean, it's video games. They'd ban all of them if that were the case. That sniper just stood there.
But, yeah, Vinny's also played it, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But I was just thinking that he just keeps on calling the Jokers Jonklers. Which, is that Game Grumps? Or was that,
I don't remember for sure where it comes from. I've said it multiple times, and I don't know. I'm not sure. But I love it. I don't know.
I've heard it a lot lately. It seemed like it's escaped its original
audience, yeah.
Yeah, because I heard a lot in terms of the new Joker. They're adding to Suicide Squad. That's alternate universe Joker, because everyone's like, yeah, I'm not calling that the actual Joker because this Joker's lame. This is the Jonkler.
Yeah. There are a lot of people. I feel like I've heard the phrase like I've become the Jonkler. I don't know where it's from though.
Although I think the best comments I've seen on that Joker is, it's like, oh, finally they're putting in Melvin, brother of the Joker. Which, that reference is, there was an old video from that guy with the glasses, Doug. It was like an old bit on the original site that was just where he just did a song called Melvin, brother of the Joker. And he did these little bits, and he said it's his like worst bit. And it is.
And it stuck around somehow.
And yeah, he's embraced it, but it's the closest thing to his brown bricks. It's not that bad, but it's still kind of, it's not great.
I don't even know what you're talking about when it comes to brown bricks, so I'm not gonna ask.
The Inspector Gadget video, you've seen that one?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. How could I?
I just assumed you know when I say brown bricks.
Nope, I forgot. It's back now though.
Building brown bricks in Minecraft. Because yeah, that video that was from Cinemassacre.
Oh. kind of adjacent.
Yeah. Mike from Cinemassacre, so not the angry video game nerd, but the other one.
Right.
Made the video, and for years he would take it down when anyone would repost it. But it was like 3 or 4 years ago, he finally reposted it, and everyone's like, stage 7 acceptance. And the posts on the video are so funny because everyone's like, back then everyone just relentlessly made fun of it, and now everyone's like, this is art now. Everyone was too early for it to be fully appreciated.
It came before its time.
As the comedic masterpiece it is now.
That's awesome.
It truly is great. I love that video. I love the Silver Gunner one where it just removes Inspector Gadget from it.
Yeah.
Mike's just talking to no one. And there's just a lot of dead air.
Yeah, that.
Oh, that's great.
I forgot about that one too. So good.
But Doug / Nostalgia Critic, he's been pretty good at embracing any of the cringy things from the past, though. So,
Leans into it. That's good.
yeah.
I think that's the only way to healthily handle.
Well, there's been a lot of people on his site that have not, so it's been refreshing that he has.
Yeah, that's true. Oh,
There's a few.
Speaking of which, there's actually Northern Lion consistently says this joke, where he'll say like insert whoever's name. Usually it's one of the people that he streams with, Chibley. He's like, man, if Chibley had been there, Kick-Assio wouldn't have gone down like that. he says that like fairly often. It's so funny too because I feel like not very many people in the calls that he's in actually know what he's talking about. They're like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
got it. Okay. And I'm like, I get it. That, yeah, it threw me off the first time I heard it. I'm like, wait, what? Come again?
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, Northern Lions, he's great. He's great. Shoot.
Everyone associated with that guy with glasses, there's weird histories.
Oh, yeah.
All of them. Oh, nice. Gotta push that.
Shoot, I messed up. I thought I could catch him by surprise, and then I missed every single one of my shots. Oh no. It's a bloodbath out there. Ink bath, sorry. I forgot what game I was playing for a second. No! They all have close range, which, I mean, it shouldn't be that big of an issue, because I feel like the 52 gal is a slightly longer range than most of them. Other than the Stamper. Stamper's got some range. Gotta sacrifice myself for the grit. Oh no, that's not good. I sacrificed myself to kill the Rainmaker guy. And I was like, oh, my team's got this. And you all died at once. I'm like, no. That's the exact opposite of what I hope would happen. Son of a... They're so agile. He's so quick now. So quick. Okay, gotta take out the stamper first, so that we can take care of the less ranged boys. Almost got him. I got tunnel visioned. They're really gonna do the coward move. Nice. Gonna keep us high. Shoot! No, I tried to pop it, but the fan got in the way. Oh, if I popped it,
I didn't realize it wasn't popped. I should have gone back.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. I should have had that.
Good effort though.
Yeah, we almost made it back.
Yeah, that sword's so chunky.
Yeah, it's so funny too because the rest of them actually rotate and that one just is. It's like printed in solid plastic.
Yeah,
I like
it. Looks like, yeah, it looks 3D printed.
I can relate to that. Not because I'm 3D printed, because I have a 3D printer. So wait, if I use a 3D printer, am I in turn a 3D printer? How does that work? How does English work? Sometimes this hits me.
Well, what do you call a printer operator? Are you a printer operator? Are you
I don't know.
a printer?
I don't know. Because they are printing things, but they're using a printer to print things, so it gets confusing. I mean, at that point, are you a copier, or are you a printer, machinist? A printer engineer? That's my favorite. That's my job title, software engineer. And I'm like, I don't do any engineering, I don't think. I don't think this counts. But here we are anyway. It's a lot more satisfying of a title than computer programmer. For some reason, it makes you sound smarter.
Do you inherit someone's printer? Does that make you a print heir?
I think so. Only if you inherit prints, though, you know? Okay, come on. Son of a... If only the inkwall was... For some reason I was trying to think of a word to describe something that you can't see through. And I could not come up with something. I was like, impermeable? No. Visually impenetrable, and I'm like, that just sounds bad. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what word would actually fit there, and I just realized I don't think there is one in English, which is rare, because we make up a lot of crap to fill in just about any situation. I've had this brain worm in my head. Like, it's not even from something that was said or something I heard, it was just a thought I had. I was like, man, glut is a funny word. And so I just had the word glut stuck in my head. And so I'm like, oh, how do I use this in a sentence? You know? just wading through a glut of ink. You know, it's like, it's a good word, but it's just, I don't know why it's stuck in there. It's a weird one. Like, I had another brain word when I was...
It feels like it's something that you need to incorporate into a Dark Souls title.
Oh, yes.
Glut of something.
Glut of the Boreal Valley.
Yeah.
I had a similar issue. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I just found that I reached my video limit again on the Switch. Like, I just cleared all this out. Because I took so many videos during Dark Souls and Talos Principle.
Oh, yeah. That'll fill it up quick. That's for sure.
Anyway, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say I had another one of those brain worms, but it was worse. On when I was making a computer on stream, I was trying to think of the opposite of the word excess, but having the same ending, you know?
Oh.
And I was like, I couldn't get it out of my head because I was talking about applying thermal paste, and I was like, excess is better than. I'm like, it doesn't have a good ring to it unless I have a word that fits here. And yeah, I just ended up at one point, I muttered under my breath, I was like, excess is better than incest. Like, I couldn't come up with a word, so that's literally, I just had to get out of my head. That was the only way to do it, was to just say it out loud. And somebody responded in chat, it was like, you're not wrong. And I'm like, oh, I was hoping that didn't register on the mic.
Probably. I don't want to say probably.
Honestly, yeah. The opposite probably would be incest. It's already practically there. So yeah. And I'm wondering if that is even a word. It's possible that it is. Heck, maybe.
When you tell someone I insist, just don't accidentally mispronounce.
Yeah. Opposite of excess.
Excuse me.
No, antonyms, not synonyms. Son of a gun. I said opposite.
Would you like some visual example?
No, stop.
I'm a being. Oh no.
Being. Oh, I should have known.
He asks certain questions and Google just morphs into being.
Okay, give me a antonym. Wait. Windows Defender Firewall has blocked some features of Opera GX. What did I get myself into? Oh, we got booted. Give me the antonyms. Insufficiency. Lack. Need. Want. Turns out it's probably not a word. Okay. Should we get into Clan Blitz?
Outcess.
It's been percolating in the
word.
brain. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I've done this to you. Okay, the room is open.
What would it imply?
Oh, dearth. Dearth is a good word.
Dearth is also a word that would go into the title of the Dark Souls boss.
This is terrible. This is terrible. I guess you would consider a German orphan having Darth Vader. I'm pretty sure Vader means father in German. Am I off base here?
I think that's right.
Okay. The pun works. It's just too convoluted that even putting it together, I was like, this doesn't sound right.
Oh, speaking of Star Wars,
Oh no.
Vinny brought up something very important
Ooh.
on Sunday.
What
It's
would
that
be?
in episode 3, around the time Anakin says, "You underestimate my power," and he does a jump, right before he jumps, a guy appears behind his shoulder. It's real.
Wait, what?
And
Really?
you can see it in the 4K version, and it looks just like Mike Saklaza.
Who's that?
That's the guy from Red Letter Media,
Oh.
the main one. Which is really funny because their channel got started because he did his character Mr. Plinkett, who did reviews of the prequels. That's how they got started.
Right. I didn't realize that was the first Plinkett video.
That's basically how they got famous. I don't know if that was like the very first thing they did, but that's how I even first heard of them.
That's so funny.
Um,
It's amazing.
but so what people are thinking it is it's probably like some stunt person who wasn't properly mapped out
Right.
for a frame.
Right.
But it appears right over his shoulder. I can send you the video where he's going over it, and it's in the 4K version. But he went and looked up the fight on YouTube, like versions that were uploaded like 12 years ago, and it's there. It's
Wow.
there.
That's so
And if you
weird.
know where to look for it, you'll see it every time. So every time I watch it, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, where's the face? Oh, there it is. There's the guy hunched over his shoulder."
That's amazing.
It's great. I'll have to send you at least the image, but then maybe after the stream.
Okay.
'Cause you-
I need to see this.
There's another thing. Vinny went into this like maybe a year or two ago, but in the opera scene with Palpatine
Oh
and
yeah.
Anakin, they must have filmed 2 different scenes of Anakin and spliced them together because there's one point where Anakin's face just morphs into another face.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. So you catch the.
So if you watch for it closely, you just see his like face just morphs.
That's so funny.
And and if you're not looking for it, you won't notice it. But if you're looking for it, you're like, oh yeah,
It's pretty
face
jarring.
just shapeshifts. Yeah, he just shapeshifts in front of you.
Man, so many weird little editing things that I never knew about.
To me, it's just like it kind of makes you want to watch it.
Yeah. I always call that my guilty pleasure set of movies. And yeah, I don't watch it. I like haven't watched it in years. So I guess it can't be that pleasurable.
Well, there's 2 reasons, or at least watch the 3rd one.
It's awesome.
And to drag other people into it. So you'd be like, hey, you gotta watch for the
Look at
guy
this.
behind his shoulder and pause.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, no, there isn't. And then you show them and then blow their minds.
Yep. And they're like, this whole time I thought you were just trying to get me to rewatch the prequels. So I'm like, that's just a pleasant bonus. I needed an excuse to get you guys back into these. He tried to sneak into our base. It's squid form. Oh, I almost had him. I nearly had him. I would have had him too if it weren't for you and your meddling, splatling.
Meddling squids. That was just given to you.
Yeah.
Super flattered.
I never remember the line. How does it go? Meddling kids and your dog too? Dumb dog? What do they say?
And you're
It's always the same. You think I would remember this?
something dog.
I didn't even. I guess I really haven't watched that much Scooby-Doo. But I feel like it.
I mean, the most recent Scooby-Doo I saw was Mr. Inc., but I think they did variations on it as a kind of a joke.
I still need to see that.
It's pretty good. It was kind of feels like the prototype for Gravity Falls. It's not as good as Gravity Falls, so
Yeah.
won't have that, but it's
Got similar vibe and direction.
yeah, they were doing some surprising things.
I was gonna say, oh yeah, Mystery Inc. and Trap Fred.
I mean, that's where that's
quite
from,
right.
which is, I mean, that's literally where that's from.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a magazine called Trap Illustrated that they play as a joke. So.
Oh, that's so good.
He is the best character. I don't know how they did it, but they made Fred the best character.
It seems like an impossible task. Oh yes, #1 super jump spot, just what I've always wanted. I could probably change my... Oh, there we go. We leveled up the gun. Did I level up this one? I did. What about this one? Oh, I haven't leveled this one up yet. I could probably go for the headband as well. Maybe, yeah, I'll do the headband. Kind of sad. They only give you one pair of shoes from the DLC. I think. I want more fancy shoes.
There's like the main outfit, and then there's the 4 additional hats.
Yeah. I love the Virtual Boy one.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
It's so funny because like when I saw the boss, and I was like, oh, Virtual Boy reference. In this day and age, the year of our Lord 2024. But then again, I guess it is one of those that does come back occasionally. Like in Tomodachi Life with them dancing around the Virtual Boy.
Yep, that was like the most direct reference Nintendo's made to the Virtual Boy.
Yep. I guess
I am shocked they haven't done another Tomodachi Life.
it was a wild game.
Yeah,
Wild
and it sold
idea.
really well.
That's crazy, yeah. Maybe they've been
yeah,
working on
surprised
it
we
for
didn't get one.
years. And it's gonna be their biggest game to date. You thought Tears of the Kingdom was big? Tomodachi Life, baby. Tomodachi Life 2. Electric Boogaloo.
I think that might be Vinny's. I don't know if it's his longest running stream, but it's one of his most famous streams. His Tomodachi Life streams.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I haven't even seen any of them, I don't think.
I've just been waiting for someone in this game to be wearing the one mask from the DLC for the one enemy squid you fight.
Yeah, yeah.
And then to be called the Unknown. I know someone's done.
Surely.
What is that? It's the Unknown.
It's the Unknown.
He can't help but he keeps on saying that randomly. What is that? The Unknown.
So, it's like the most upsetting
and then just random kid cry.
Yeah. I mean, like, I fully respect the actors for going through with
Yeah,
it, even though
yeah.
they knew they probably weren't going to get paid. But I feel like they could have toned that back. They definitely put on a show. They elicited emotional reactions from the audience.
Oh man, so there's been a lot of talk that there's interest in like making documentaries or even like a movie based on the event because it got so big. And I just really hope that the guy who organized it doesn't get
Capitalize.
anything from it,
Yeah.
because that'd be a big bummer. Because there's been like a lot of people who looked into what he's done, and he's done some messed up stuff. And I'm not talking about just like uploading books that are AI. It's like that. I mean, it's scummy, but it's the really scummy thing that he did is so he was doing food banks like 2021. He took money from the UK government, but apparently there's a lot of claims, and there was like a reporter that was trying to blow it up that he really wasn't doing anything. He was just taking the money.
Wow.
And he did it
That's
like
crazy.
multiple times. And considering like everything else he's done, it kind of seems very likely that is the case.
That's awful.
But it's just so scummy. And there's like a lot of other things that they found he's done, but it seems like he's just a serial scammer.
Hmm.
He's been, since AI has been the main thing, he's just been using that for everything. But yeah, that one does just take the cake. Just be like, yeah, I'll do a food bank during the pandemic to help people. I'll take government money, like on 3 different occasions.
It's crazy.
And apparently there's not enough oversight to make sure he goes through with it.
Man. That's so bad. And not like the virtual glove or whatever. Not that kind of bad.
The Power Glove.
Power glove. Oh my goodness.
Power Glove
Can't
is
believe
so
I
bad.
forgot the name
Yeah.
of the most bad device that's ever been made.
Yeah, so it would be upsetting if they made something from it and he got like a big win from it somehow.
Yeah, it better not. Like, I don't know. I feel like since it was so ripped straight out of AI, surely nobody needs his permission or backing to make anything about it.
I think it especially if it's like a documentary.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would probably try to come out of the woodwork to wiggle his way to any project.
Of course.
I hope that wouldn't happen. The actors that are involved, yeah, sure.
Yeah. If they could profit off of it, that would be great, because they didn't make anything from the actual guy. Yeah. Yes! That was scary. Only one of us left in the mix. And football floating around.
Yeah, that was iffy. Yeah, I didn't realize that was going to be such a big thing that was everywhere, because I saw it when it was exactly a week ago. It was blowing up.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, yeah, you got to see this, and it was everywhere.
It's probably going to be more and more common as time goes on too, sadly.
Yeah. Because then my parents were like, oh, it's on the news. Did you see this Willy Wonka thing? I'm like, oh, man.
Yep. Yep. Guess it made the rounds. Oh, I need to get another money food. Man, you know what would make the level up food useful? Make it level up your catalog faster.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's all it takes for that one to become useful.
Still one complaint they haven't addressed.
Yep.
The excess of tickets.
Just useless. Useless tickets. Hot singles
In
in
your
your
area.
area.
Oh, oh, yeah, okay, I saw the pairing with it.
I lost my voice laughing at that. I don't know what happened there. Got all horse. Glad that guy just kind of walked into my line of fire. No, I walked into their line of fire. There's a little give and take in this world. Oh no, they're all here. Everyone's here.
Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
Oh, did you see that? I can't remember if it happened already or if it's going to happen soon, but they're adding Zagreus as a spirit.
Oh, they are? That's kind of
Yep.
neat.
Yeah, they're adding Hades spirit, which actually that would make a great character.
Honestly, though, I mean, you just have so many weapon options for.
Yeah, it's one of those. Is like, yeah, that wouldn't be too hard to come up with a moveset.
Yeah.
That worked pretty well. It'd be unique enough. Got plenty to work with.
And the funny thing too is that Byleth is kind of a exhibition of that idea where you just have they use a bunch of weapons in the game, so they get a bunch of weapons. But then I was also very disappointed in it. But it's mostly because I really wanted the characters with actual character to be added.
Which that'd be very nice. That would.
That's one of my problems with all the number of Fire Emblem characters is that, I'm not really bothered by how many there are in Smash Bros. Sakurai loves Fire Emblem, so I'm like down to have a bunch in Smash Bros. But at least make them the ones that have personality or character at all.
It's kind of the problem, but this was way worse that they ran into with the first Fire Emblem Warriors. They went for just a lot of the main characters.
Yep.
It's like, oh, so they went for all the bland ones.
Precisely.
They threw in a few fan favorites here and there, but for the most part, it was like, man, a lot of just kind of.
I feel like some characters have eventually gotten a personality of their own, like Marth or Ike. They kind of have their.
Yeah.
But it's because it's been years of them being essentially continually referenced in later games in the franchise.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason they have character.
Characters, like, and they can get 3 different player character Fire Emblem characters.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, that's where it gets. That's an issue. But it'd be fine if it's like, oh, but it's violent, but you get the other ones.
Yeah, as like skins.
Which would work if you also you have the weapons and
yeah,
there's a thing in Fire Emblem where you could equip other weapon types.
I mean, this is the thing that I've said multiple times that I think they could improve on in the next Smash game is just makes the skins better. Like, make some of the skins like the DLC skins, like the Dragon Quest hero skins, where they're really unique, and some of them even have changed voice lines and all that. And I guess Ike did get that treatment, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Got different voice lines.
Got buff Ike.
Yep.
Oh, yikes. One of the main things I'll be looking for in another Smash game is a unique Ganondorf.
Yeah. They improved it for sure in Ultimate.
Yep.
But it, he's still an Echo Fighter even though he's not called an Echo Fighter. I did find that weird that they didn't retroactively label the Echo Fighters.
Yeah.
Like, just, you know, call it like it is. Lucina's an Echo Fighter.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
Crom? No,
That is very
Crom's...
odd.
Yeah. It's like Crom is, you know, Roy's Lucina. That's just how it... Just put the little symbol on there. That's all it takes. Just acknowledge that it's just a copy and paste.
You know, that wasn't originally termed back then.
Oh, can we back out real quick so I could get money food?
Or it wasn't coined back then.
Yeah, yeah. You could put it on there now.
That is one thing that since that they coined that, I have heard that brought up with other games. Like, oh yeah, it's just the Echo Fighter. That seemed to stick.
It's a good phrase. Descriptor.
Now, what I'm wondering is, will Dandori ever be used for any game that's not Pikmin?
Wait, what?
Will the word Dandori be used for any game that's not Pikmin?
What is Dandori?
It's what you do in Pikmin. You gotta get good with Dandori. The process of getting good.
Oh.
It's basically just being efficient.
I'm like, I know
Being efficient in Pikmin.
I've heard the word before, but I don't know.
That's what they were trying to coin with it, and the community did actually really take to it.
It just didn't
But it's
break
still
outside
very
the
much
community.
a Splatoon community thing.
Pikmin, you mean?
Yeah. Pikmin meme. And I didn't think it was going to take it all, but it kind of did. But I'm just saying, would it ever break outside of the community in a non-ironic sense?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it has enough of a ring to it.
Yeah. I mean, basically, it's what I like about Pikmin, the Dandori. It's you gotta be efficient.
Yeah.
The organizational skills and efficiency of managing your Pikmin, I guess, is the wordy way of doing it.
Bit of an oversimplification just to say get good. There's so much more to it.
Dandori is a lifestyle. It's on the mind because they just announced a Dandori like tournament or something.
Oh.
I just saw it.
I got a football up there, if you can get in there. It's gonna be the hard part though. Yeah, it's gone.
Oh,
Oh, dang it. I should have specialed up.
I dodge rolled.
Dang it. So focused on the snipers. Oh no. No, no, no. Okay, wait. Nice. It's pretty rare that you see it go to 71 unless there's a tie and then it gets pushed there.
Yeah.
Dang it. Oh, Bilbo's got you covered.
There we go.
Nice.
Bilbo. Bilbo Baggins.
Feels so funny to me that that video exists at all.
Yeah, it doesn't seem.
The funny part
Real.
too is that it's Spock singing about Bilbo.
Yeah.
Not just. That's the funniest part. Bilbo. Bilbo Baggins, the greatest little rocket of the Shire.
Also, recently I had a where there's a wit, there's a way stuck in my head. So I
Oh.
looked it up and I'm like, man, I forgot that this song is legitimately like really good for some reason.
Wait. Which song is that?
It's from the animated.
Oh, no.
one.
I remember now which one you're talking about. It was in the very back of my brain. I can't remember the tune though.
Like, why is this song so catchy? I might have to just send it. I'm not going to sing it.
The Lord of the Rings animated series. They're just cranking out bangers like the Donkey Kong TV show.
Yeah.
What the? Where did he come from?
Occasionally, where there's a way also comes up in my mind because, or I also remember it because Oni plays. They bring it up every once in a while.
Oh, I haven't watched much of that channel.
They Smiling Friends. They worked on that show, or some people associated with that channel did. The main people. One of the episodes, one of the characters is just basically a rip of Bilbo. It's one of the best episodes, but it's just like the rip of the art style.
That's awesome.
Which season 2, I think, is this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that show's hilarious.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Michael Claus is in the first episode, or he voices in the first episode.
Oh, nice.
So there's a lot of cameos. Yeah. They have a lot of different YouTubers that are in it. They're trying to get Chris Chan to voice in one episode, and it almost happened, but then well, we were talking about the subject earlier, strangely enough, but that incident happened.
Yeah. Very dark side of the internet, that one.
Yeah. We're gonna get or the voice Grease Puddle.
Gosh.
It's not a joke, by the way.
Wait, what?
It's a very, very strange episode.
Huh. Greased puddle. Grease puddle. I'm gonna have to watch the show apparently.
It's only 10 episodes that are like short episodes. Actually, no, I think it's 11 because they did the Brazilian special. Where they go to Brazil, but I don't want to spoil that episode. The best ones are, I think, the Halloween one and the fantasy one, which is the one with the Bilbo character. And a lot of it's just because the endings are just perfect. But they have a ton of references to their Let's Play channel.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of just full of it. Or different, just really obscure references.
I see.
In fact, there's like video compilations of the references.
Speaking of like YouTube shows, have you seen Hell of a Boss?
I've seen like the first 2 episodes.
I need to watch it. We watched through the entirety of Has Been Hotel season 1.
Uh-huh.
Very, very adult cartoon for the art style.
Yeah.
But
Busy
it was
Pops.
pretty good. Pretty good. Oh. Dang it.
There.
Almost. Just fell short. It's gone.
Trizuka.
I've seen people just owning it with the Trizuka today.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Doesn't feel
I think
good.
that's a power move. The guy killed me. He's just named Nausea.
Death by nausea. Oh no. Not even by vomiting. Just nausea.
Nausea.
That's got to be a bad way to go. Okay, gotta buckle down here. Huckleberry Fairy. Follow me.
Ah.
Weirdly, one of the most brainwormy quotes from Lord of the Rings for me. For some reason, just the line "Buckleberry Fairy, follow me." It just has like a rhythm to it.
Well, almost the same. I just think Book very, but not the follow me.
Oh yes, I just remember the follow me part. It's kind of just tacked on at the end. Definitely the Buckleberry Fairy. It's the real brainworm. Oh. And Nausea's really good at throwing out those balloons at the same time as swinging. Just getting the timing just right. Sometimes I feel like my cursor has the caster curse like built into it or something. Every time I point my cursor at somebody, they usually die right away when I'm trying to jump to them. So I'm just gonna keep it off of you. I'll put it on our ally though. Maybe he'll stay alive. Oh no. I backed up into a bomb. Well. That's too bad. Oh, that bomb would have killed 2 people. If only the round had continued just a little bit longer. Tough round.
Yeah, it always looks like little Judge just rubbing himself.
I
When he does that,
need to pay more attention.
because his arms are just too tiny.
They are very small. Okay, do we go to Salmon Run?
What time is it? Yeah, this is around the time we do.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do some Salmon Run. What catalog level are you at right now?
I am
Hey, Sid.
7, but I'm really close to 8.
Where do you even check that? Status. I'm on 6. How are you doing, Sid? we didn't even get a bronze. It's really hard to get bronze in any of the modes if you don't play for the entire 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. How about you? Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. A little bit ironic. This is my first stream using my brand new computer. And yet, I'm playing the Switch. It works. It works. This seems like a good weapon set. Maybe. Possibly. I always feel like I say that, and then we get into the rounds, and I'm like, oh, well. It's running the stream well, though. Yeah, it's been running perfectly so far. Not that I've usually had problems with it, but... It is really nice, though. I do have copious amounts of room on this computer, which is really good for recording. Speaking of which, this stream isn't even recording. Maybe I need to fix the recording settings, since I haven't configured those yet. Where there's a way. Dang. I could definitely see how this could get stuck in your head.
Yeah.
The orcs, they really know what they're doing when it comes to music. Or are you getting in, Jacob?
Oh, I need a refresh.
I'll send out the invitation just in case. Oh, perfect. But yeah, I've got copious amounts of room on this computer. And in fact, a lot of the spend that I had on this computer boiled down to the NVMe drives that I bought. They're very expensive, like $300 each. I bought 2 of them. It was silly of me to put that much money into it, but now I will never run out of room. They're 2 4-terabyte drives. I will never run out of them. It was pretty funny though. After the stream, Quarks from chat, he messaged me on Discord and was like, "Hey, I think your computer could actually use some more fans." At first, I thought he was saying it ironically because my computer has 6 fans in it. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a joke, haha, very funny. And then as he was talking about it, I'm like, oh, he's dead serious. And I'm like, they do give you so many spaces to mount more fans in this case, so maybe it makes some sense, but I don't feel like I run anything that requires that much power that I would notice a difference in having, you know, 3 more fans. So I don't know if I trust my power supply to handle it. I'd rather not overtax that.
Adding more fans. So massive. The Emperor Billion of PC.
Just like you got power supplies and just keep scrolling.
He would
up.
be a PC master.
It would fit. He seems like the type. Okay, it's splatter shot. Now we're talking. Enough of that sniper BS. I don't know what I'm doing with that thing. Somebody competent to take it from me. Sorry. A moment when you're already heading up the pillar at the same time as somebody else and you're like, man, I'm kind of embarrassed because this is just a bad efficiency move that I've just
Bad Dendori.
shown my bad Dendori. Showed my whole butt being like, hey, I'm actually not good at this mode. You can tell. I stink of it being bad. I think I am back in Executive VP. I forgot to check. I played a little bit off stream when I was playing that new map, which was a perfect level farming map. Oh no. Nice.
You think we're going full through, but
It was getting a little bit hairy in there. Just as Mr. Grizz would have wanted.
exactly what he would have wanted.
Prim, what are you doing up here? Aren't you busy being a character that dies in Hunger Games or something? Isn't that the name of that character? It's been a minute. The only two characters
Yeah,
I remember
I've
from
been
the
trying to
franchise.
struggle to think what character is named Prim.
I'm pretty sure it's...
Maybe?
I think it's a little... Katniss Everdeen's little sister. But now I just outed myself. I was gonna say the only two characters I remember from that franchise are Moist Critical and Prim, but that I just said Katniss's name. So, the only three characters I remember.
I remember PETA.
I remember Bread Guy. It's very on the
Mostly
nose.
because of that video where they keep on eating bread.
Yeah. Why didn't I pick up the egg? Pick up the egg, dang it! Is this the end? Oh, so close. So close, my guy. I can't get back up there. I have an egg, but I can't get there. I take solace in the fact that we were 2 away, not 1 away. If we were 1 away, I would have felt horrible there.
Yeah, I don't think that. Would change things.
Oh, what? So you're
There's
saying
something
that
like-
what I do doesn't matter, huh? Even though that's what I was just saying.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
Wise words.
Oh, the first piece of gear I got was a 3-star or 2-star, whatever it is. Max
Oh,
gear.
nice. Yeah, 2-star. That's awesome. I'm trying to figure out the best way to, like, nick an enemy with the roller such that you don't get knocked back. You could stay close, but it's tough. It's a very small window. Merci. Merci. And Slumby. The only two French words I know.
Wee wee.
Man, I wonder how that Nintendo Wii commercial that we would like to play, I wonder how it played in France. Did they do the same thing?
It didn't. It was banned. Of course.
When they bow, instead they say, we would like to play. There we go. We got him in one. Why did I pop my special? It was a mistake. Oh, our allies are awful at this. I'm just kidding. Come on. Yes, Steel Eel's dead. Oh, I was climbing a wall when the missiles came in. Oh, this microphone keeps slowly creeping up. Just look down and it's like, oh, it's in my face now. Move it back down again. Oh, just survive. Just survive. No!
No.
Oh. You only did one job. Mercy. Have mercy. Have mercy on us. Don't throw in an extra egg. Just bail. Just get out of there. I only put 4 in, so, you know. Good job, by the way. On the egg count. Ugh. There's gotta be a way. That was kind of sick. I hit the punching bag in such an angle and kept spinning in a circle so that my momentum, instead of sending me away from it, sent me closer to it. Because I guess you can, like, vector your momentum if you're turning fast enough.
Yeah.
Interesting. I haven't experimented much with the roller, if that's not clear. That's probably a well-known.
And you can't vector.
No vectoring. It's
Only
banned.
real Smash fans, Smash 3DS fans, know about vectoring.
Like, Smash 3DS, I assume sold a lot, but I really don't know that many people that played it.
I wonder how much it would have sold if it didn't release like 2 months before the Wii U version.
Yeah, probably not nearly as much.
Like, I'm sure it still would have sold several million.
For sure. I mean, it's a
I
Smash
think
Bros.
it
On a
would've-
handheld, which is unheard
Yeah.
of.
But I think a few million would have not have happened.
Hey Peeves, how's it going? Yeah, no, I don't think it would have done nearly that well. I got you. Oh. Ugh. The wave breaker, man.
I jumped over it.
Oh, no, wait.
What happened to the Amelia?
Did that reach anybody? Oh, it did! I would have died before reaching you guys otherwise, so that worked out.
Oh!
It's a miracle.
He had a glut of eggs at the end.
Going great over here. Just chilling. Got my brand new computer. I'm loving it so far. I haven't used it very much yet. Haven't even used it to play a game yet. But soon. I'll be playing Dark Souls on it. Maybe I'll try to max out the settings. I think they were already maxed out on my other computer anyway.
Play some Minesweeper, maxed out settings.
Oh yeah. Now we're talking.
Oh, those fans are going all night. Uh-oh.
I always knew Microsoft was using this for Bitcoin mining. Got the same one as Leet or what? Oh no, I built my own. How's his, by the way? Has he already used it to stream yet? I haven't seen his new PC. He's got a better graphics card than I do. But I don't mean to brag. I think most of my other specs are a little spicier than his. But that's, you know, because I built it myself, I was able to spread the money the way I wanted to. Not yet. Downloading games overnight and is hoping to use it for stream tomorrow. Oh, nice. Hopefully it works out. Oh no. There are eggs everywhere, but my guts are everywhere now. I imagine Fortnite's not a very taxing game because it seems to be on every single system ever. Then I need to get him set up with Beat Saber mods. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Does he have VR? I didn't know he had a VR headset if he does. Or you need to get him set up with Beat Saber, period. VR has been one of those things that I've always been interested in, but waiting for, you know, a killer game to come out. He has an Oculus? I didn't even know. Beat Saber looks so fun. Yeah, I've tried it. I've tried it once. A friend of mine on his PlayStation VR. I also played Tetris Effect for the first time on PlayStation VR, and that was, man, that was a really cool experience. It's funny too because it doesn't, like, you're still just looking at a Tetris board, but it's even more immersive.
I actually feel like you're being stacked.
It really makes you feel like a Tetris block. And Spider-Man at the same time somehow. PlayStation VR is absolute garbage compared to PC VR. It's true. It's true. PC is pretty great. It's pretty great. But Tetris Effect was exclusive. I don't know if it is anymore. I don't think it is. Their exclusivity ran out because it's on every other console. So I have both, so I know. I don't know how to feel about PlayStation saying, "Oh, this generation's over." It feels like they just kind of went out with a whimper, you know?
Well, the thing that floored me was that with the PlayStation VR, I didn't know that the PlayStation VR 2 wasn't compatible with the first version software.
Oh, really?
No,
so like it was all new software for the new...
Yeah.
Huh.
There was no backwards compatibility, which is mental.
That's really weird.
That's one of the biggest weaknesses of VR is the market's so segmented.
Yeah.
So you think the least you could do is have the first PlayStation VR that people invested in carry over.
You would think.
Yeah.
Whoa. What VR headset would you recommend, Peeves, by the way? Do you think you just go with Oculus? Or what do you think? Because I've looked into it multiple times, but I just haven't sat down and decided. Depends on how much you want to spend. Is the HTC Vive or the Valve Index? Oh, you have a Valve Index? Ah. Was Half-Life Alyx worth it? Don't get HTC. Good to know. When I hear people talk about VR, it's just, you hear about Oculus, and then if you have friends that have PlayStations, you hear about PlayStation VR, which, you know, but more rarely. And then of course you hear about the Valve Index, because it's the cream of the crop, the top of the market. High end of the high end. Oh, that was weird. Our teammate just swam off the edge, but then reappeared. So there was like a lag spike, and it made it look like he just swam off. If you want to spend over a
Mario
grand,
Kart.
get a Valve. But other than that, just get a Quest 3. Ah, I see. What were you saying, Jacob?
I said the Mario Kart that
Oh, yeah.
they're grabbing off reappearing.
Yeah. Yep.
I just associate that with being in Mario Kart. Especially like Wii.
Oh, yeah. Or Quest 2 if you want. Is there enough of a level up to Quest 3 to warrant it? Or is it still kind of like, you could pick and choose? Does one have more annoying UI that forces you to connect to Facebook? Like, does one of them not force you to? Because if that, I want that one. I deleted my Facebook a long time ago now. And I don't intend to make another. Unless VR gets really good. They both don't anymore? Oh baby, now we're talking.
I didn't know that. That's actually...
That's huge.
That was
Weirdly
one of
enough.
the biggest complaints.
Yeah, that was one of the things that was holding me back from even wanting to look into it. It's just like, you know.
Like when Google is forcing everyone on YouTube to Google Plus account.
Yep. Too many complaints. Hey, they listen. That's a miracle. It's pretty rare that you get those mega corporations listening to anything. Even if the complaints are that loud. Where is he? Where are they? Oh. Oh, yeah. Most convenient spot.
Yay!
This may end up being a loss for us because of that. Oh, nice. I found him again. Closer this time. Son of a gun. They got sued over privacy issues and were forced to change it. That's great. So they probably wouldn't have changed it if it wasn't for the lawsuit. A little sad, but it got done eventually. That's too bad.
I do feel like this is the worst Goldie stage just because of that one spot.
Yeah, it's so spread out. Oh no, am I at the bottom of Executive VP? I feel like one of the biggest other barriers that comes to mind when I think about VR is just how much of a pain it is to set up every time you want to play it. But I think the Quest mitigates that a bit because they're pretty much standalone, right? You can plug them into a PC, but you don't have to. Which I think is how the direction they should be going. What do you mean setup? Well, I mean a lot of VR headsets have like a whole camera rig or whatever. You have to have cameras in the corners of your room, and then you have a cord like following you around. Just click game and put on a headset. True. The Quest 3, I think made that work. Doesn't the Index? Don't you have to drag a cord around with you? Or is that you only have to set up once? Let's see. Oh, it's low ground. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, we haven't had it.
Yeah, I had a ton of fun. I need to check to see if Tetris Effect is in every VR platform now. My court hangs off pulleys on the ceiling. Oh, dang. You've got a legit setup. But yeah, I need to check to see if Tetris Effect is on other VR platforms, because if it is, that would honestly tempt me more to get a headset. But yeah, I mean, like, between Beat Saber and I really like the idea of Keep Talking Nobody Explodes, even if it doesn't have as much replay value as I would hope. And Super Hot. And Tetris Effect might be enough to get me to buy one eventually. Pistol Whip is fun. Ooh, I haven't heard of Pistol Whip. Is it just like a gunslinging VR game, I imagine? I dropped my special, but it wasn't enough. No! It's so close. It's a rhythm shooter. Oh, that's cool. Do I want to back out real quick? I think I lost rank anyway. It doesn't matter.
I did.
Feels bad, man. Let's back out real quick. Try to luck into some better teammates. No offense, man. I don't like blaming my teammates, but, you know, it has to be done to maintain my sanity. Just opened my door and someone in my neighborhood is getting very high. Oh no, you get that fresh weed stank. Oh. Oh, yeah, I haven't run into that too much. I don't mind. Oh. Used to the smell, I see. It was just surprising. Yeah, it's not nearly as bad. Maybe I shouldn't be like repping weed smoking when it's illegal in the state. It doesn't smell nearly as bad as cigarettes. Holy. Also, those things trigger my asthma like none other. It's all legal here. Nice. You say here that I'm like, wait a second, do you live in Utah? And did I just miss that? Canada, of course. I feel like I knew that. Pretty sure I've seen some Canadian slander in Fleet's chat. At some point I connected that it was towards you, but... That was bad. Screwed up. I don't have a good special. I had the killer whale, but I couldn't line it up with any of you. And just died. dropping like rocks. They just legalized across the country instead of the stupid way you guys are doing it. Or like state by state. Yeah, you know, federal government doesn't want to get involved a lot of the time. They're just like, just deal with it. Maybe this is sharing too much of a political opinion. I don't want to get too into it, but it is a little annoying to me that they're like, hey, deal with it, legalizing different drugs and different things state by state basis. But then states started removing Trump from the ballot. And then the federal government got involved and stopped that, which I think is stupid. I mean, if you're allowing them to, and you're making them do all these other decisions, then I feel like you should just let it ride. But let's be real, we don't have a good choice this election anyway, so it doesn't matter. And even if it did, Electoral College would invalidate your votes anyway. Sorry to sound so fatalistic. Your current president might as well be dead for how much he does. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have read that out loud. I can't agree with you because that would, you know, NSA. Shoot, I think I just did agree with you. Yeah, no, that's the vibe that's given off though. It's a little depressing to look at the state of affairs. And it wouldn't be as much of a problem if the president didn't have so much power, but they do, and so when they start going senile, like, it's scary, you know? Our guy is terrible too, though. Oh yes, I've heard bits and pieces. A lot of anger. It sounds like just around the world right now. You have a lot of people that get in political power. The only people that want to be in that position probably shouldn't be. It
trends if you're seeking political power. That's always been my thought. It's usually not the best, on average.
Yep.
And then the people who really want it for the bad reasons are the ones that are going to play it in the ways that are going to get them.
Yeah, that's how it goes. It's incentivized. See, I still think we should get rid of lobbying. Do they have lobbying in Canada? It's the dumbest. Yeah. It's the reason we have to do our taxes through like TurboTax and all that BS. And why it's difficult at all. I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. What I've mentioned it before. People have said like a lot of people would lose their jobs at the IRS if they made it as simple as other countries do. But then again, isn't the IRS always understaffed when they just be finally staffed correctly?
Yeah, it's
like we got audited once, seemingly on a whim, and as a result, we're essentially put on a list where we're more and more likely to get audited every year. So we've hired an accountant, and I'm like, we wouldn't have to do this if it wasn't all this stupid BS to, you know, wade through to pay your taxes. You'd think the government would make it easy. You know, like, just take my money. Stop, like, pansying around about it. Just tell me what I owe you instead of being like, ooh,
oh, you dare do it wrong.
You owe, but maybe you could guess. And if you guess wrong, we will put you in prison. I always get money back.
I
We usually do too, but that money that we get back ends up paying off the accountant. Paying off. Probably not the way to phrase it. Paying the accountant. It does feel like that though. If I'm feeling lazy, I just pay somebody 50 bucks to do it for me. Would be nice. 50 bucks. I shouldn't be getting into it, honestly. When we just got out of tax season, I don't need to. Well, I mean, we're in it. We're in the throes of it, but we're done filing our taxes, so I don't have to think about it anymore. I shouldn't think about it anymore.
For your mental health.
Yeah. Don't need to do mine yet. Oh, when is your guys' tax season, I guess? Ours is pretty much the beginning of the year until April 14th or something. Is that the day? That's the day they're due. That's right, I just called taxes due. I say it like it is. I like to do everything last minute. It's just started and goes until July. Oh, okay. You guys have a different, much different schedule than we do then. Fiscal years have always thrown me off. They're like, oh yeah, fiscal year 2023 or whatever. I'm like, can't we just line it up? I mean, we already have a calendar. Can't we just make it easier when we're talking about these sort of things? No eggs over here. Uh-oh. Oh. Can I survive this? Nope.
Behind you, man.
Yeah. Oh, the flipper flopper. I didn't even notice the circle. I was much more concerned about the larger circle. They won't ever get on my car to do mine. Because I never owe them. On your case. Case, yes. Okay. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Son of a... Okay. That didn't go as well as
I feel so useless with the E-liter.
Yeah, I had a better weapon and I still didn't do. Yeah, we didn't quite get him. 6 bronze. What a abysmal haul. We got time for another.
Alright.
But not enough time for another boss. If only. If only. Get us out of this professional +3 purgatory.
Every time they add more stuff to the shop in this mode, I'm just like, man.
I'm never going to be able to afford any of it. Only the bronze ones, and it takes forever. No Sleepy tonight? I guess she was her namesake. Happens sometimes. Sometimes she comes in on Thursdays and is like, oh no, I missed stream yesterday because I was asleep. That makes sense. But yeah, she hasn't popped in yet. Would have been helpful to have a competent team member. Unlike Jacob, I'm just kidding. It's brutal. Sleep is important. Very true. However, my salmon run rank does take precedence. I'm kidding. Jacob's my rock. I get a good 3 to 5 hours a night. Nice. That's not. I mean, it's pretty bad. So I've had sleep issues for years now, and they've been getting better. But I look at that and I'm like, that's not bad. But it kind of is. You should be getting more sleep than that. Maybe. Unless you function perfectly off of it. It's only a problem when you start losing function. But there's a period of about 2 years where I got 0 to 2 hours of sleep per night. That was my average. And it wasn't of my own volition. I would lay in bed awake. I survived. Okay, maybe you do need more sleep. At first I was like, oh, it's presumptuous of me to get in here and be like, hey, you should sleep more. But I think it's safe to say at this point. I regret going back in. Okay, let's back out and go for one more.
All right.
But we do need to back out. The guy with the title Pro turns out to be not that. He's the one that got 0 eggs.
Oh.
Unless he's just saying that he's supportive of pros, like he's pro pros. He's not saying that he's a, you know, upper echelon pro. But yeah, I probably average now around 3 to 4 hours a night. It's a big improvement, but I wouldn't recommend it. Somebody's got to support the pros. Too true. Man, I'm jealous of that guy. He's got the koi outfit.
Koi koi.
It's just my favorite. I feel like I just use that as a taunt in any game now. In my brain, it's become a colloquialism for anti-up. You coward. I slept like 7 hours a while ago and I felt tired all day. Yeah, it can really mess you up. It's kind of weird how the body works, where you're like, there's this ideal amount of sleep the human body's supposed to get. But then if you get less than that for a longer period of time, that ideal number of hours is suddenly bad for you. Can't get the spin. The spin's not working. That's how I feel whenever I take a nap. Naps really mess me up. And I'm just so tired after a nap, or groggy, I guess. Maybe not necessarily tired, but I feel really out of it. Whereas some people thrive off naps. So sometimes when I get very little sleep, I feel great the next day, but then it catches up to me the day after. That makes sense. Okay, I'm feeling confident in these teammates.
Was there more to that?
No. With great confidence comes great confidence.
Okay, that's it.
It's one of those phrases that has stuck with me for some reason. I stayed up for 4 days once, wouldn't recommend. The most I've stayed up for is 2 days, and that was awful. So I can't even imagine how bad 4 days would be. With intent, I guess. I think I've been up for that long. when I was in the worst part of my illness. I was just in a constant state of brain fog and new confusion. And I didn't even have COVID. What the heck? Steel eel killed me from there? Sounds like literal hell. Yeah, it does. Nice. Nice. We made it, just barely. I was just out having fun all day and night for 4 days. It was exhausting. But at least you're having fun, I guess. Oh, well. Sid got me covered there. Said the same thing. Almost verbatim.
Gimme.
Gimme, gimme, gimme. I love me a gimme round. After all these close ones, I need this. No. I angled my controller up, and I hit the bottom of my desk, and I threw a bomb instead of throwing the egg. The trigger got triggered. If I were to have a gripe with gyro aiming, and I don't, the only gripe would be that sometimes I have to move my wrists too far and I hit the bottom of my desk. It's a really niche issue when I could just back my chair out from underneath my desk. Gotta lurk for a bit and get a few things done. Oh, we're about to wrap up anyway, so it works out. A good timing. Thank you so much for joining in, Peeves. And even while you're hanging out lurking, thanks for lurking. I'll probably see you in Elite's chat tomorrow night. Assuming he's still planning on gaming. Nice. Good round. Yeah, have a good night too. See you around. Okay, I'm glad we got a good one in.
Yep.
The one before that one was just so bad. Such a painful watch. This one I feel redeemed sufficiently. Okay. Let's go check our prizes and then we'll wrap up. I think I'll be playing Dark Souls 3 tomorrow, most likely.
How far are you in that?
Not far enough. Let's see, I've done 5 streams. Similar length to the streams I did of 2. And if it's a similar length to 2, then that will take me 17 streams. So I'm like not even halfway. probably. But I'm not even sure how long it is compared to 2. I'll definitely keep the new gear. It's a 2-star boy. Fully equipped. Okay. Gotta check the shop. It's so weird to have items in here that I haven't bought yet.
Yeah. I mean, now they just added a bunch of clothes.
Granted, I'll never use them, but it gives me something to spend my money on.
Yep.
Okay. I don't need more cards. I have 5 Sheldon tickets. I can get 5 more weapons. It's gonna get them in order, but I probably should get them in order of what I'm most likely to use. None of these. I'm just doing them in order. Bit of a one-trick pony when it comes to weapons. I do buckets and shooters, and that's it. Sometimes I goof around with some other ones, but it's rare. It's rare. Oh, I got a badge for one of the brands. Don't know which brand that is.
Windows 11 killed my wife. Was the message.
Oh no. I found it. It's that bad, huh? I've heard bad things. That's probably the worst one I've heard so far. Strange feature that they added in. Gosh. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and chilling. Even if you're lurking, I appreciate it. But yeah, good set of rounds, and I hope